Governor Byrne, as New Jersey's 47th governor, what does it mean to have your biography written?
I'm fascinated to read it myself. I mean, I've had to recall some things that had gotten away from me.
Well, I would imagine in the course of putting together the book, the author Don Linke went around and talked to many people. Were there any instances, stories, events that he brought back to you to get your take on that you had totally forgotten about and jogged your memory?
I'm fascinated by the footnotes in that book, because I read the footnotes now, and some of the footnotes are very interesting, not only from the personal standpoint, but from the historic standpoint.
The first part of the book is about your life in West Orange.
Yeah.
With your family and growing up.
I still have an affection for West Orange.
And you were drafted in 1943, became a lieutenant in the Army. You were involved in some missions that were very dangerous. Tell us about that part of your life, Governor, and what's in the book.
Well, the one incident that's in the book is interesting. We were on one mission. I was a navigator, and the bombardier was sort of alongside me during the mission. And at one point, I noticed the bombardier had passed out. And I quickly realized that he had lost his oxygen. So what I had to do in a hurry was get him reattached to his oxygen, revive him, and then drop the bombs, which was his job, but which he was unable to do. And
what brought about the political career? What happened?
What happened in the political career was in 1973, there were half a dozen Democratic candidates for governor. And Hudson County still had not endorsed anybody. So I said to myself, I'm going to make one effort to see if I can get Hudson County to endorse me. And if I can, I have enough support in the rest of the state, I think, to pull it off.
Governor, you signed the Casino Control Act back in 1977. And on that day, you used a famous phrase.
I think the phrase I used was, I told the mob to stay out of Atlantic City.
How did that come to be? What were you thinking when you delivered that line?
Because
what was the warning?
That was the whole incident. The whole opposition to legalized gambling was that you couldn't patrol it. And I had made the promise that I would keep gambling clean. And I did.
Well, certainly you are known for your one-liners, Governor. I've been in the room a number of times when you've brought the house down with your one-liners and your sense of timing. And that comes through in this book, even on the last page of the final chapter in the last lines.
Oh, I want to be buried in Jersey City so I can remain active in politics. That is quoted often.
What are you most proud of, do you think?
Just that my record is in that book.
And what do you want New Jersey to remember about Brendan Byrne?
That he was a man who couldn't be bought.